Good evening, everybody. Today we have a very interesting and very interactive session. I request Mr. Rohit Devekar to start upon his session. You can give your introduction first, and then we'll start. So, meantime, you finish your introduction. Few more people will also get joined.
Okay. Sir, my voice is audible to you?
Yeah, it is audible, and your screen is also visible.
Okay. Sir, at any point of time, if you're not able to see the screen,
yes, I will inform you.
Inform me, or just I have the phone with me, you can always give me a call. Because while giving because the internet connections are crazy these days, you never know when it gets disconnected.
Sure, sir, sure. No problem.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Then, sir,
yeah,
what I'll do,
yeah.
Any talk that I have to do is I will address to you during the presentation if I have any need. And if you could just mute all the other participants.
Yes, already muted. I'm only, we two are only unmuted right now. I'm also going to mute myself.
Okay.
Once we start, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. Sure. Thank you very much.
Yeah, please go ahead. I'm unmuting myself. Yeah.
Okay. So, good evening, everyone. And welcome to the presentation of AmSolve Solver. I am Rohit Devekar. I am one of the managing partners at AmSolve India LLP. So I have a background of metallurgical engineering. I have done my master's in metallurgical engineering. And apart from that, I have 15 years of experience of running a foundry. Okay. So this is a brief introduction of myself. And so if everyone is okay, I will start with the presentation. So basically today's session, there will be two parts to the session. So the first part of the session, I'll be going through the presentation of the company. This will be about a half-an-hour session. And after that, I'll give a small gap for question and answers. If anyone has any specific queries, I'll be more than happy to answer. And after that, I'll start with the demo of the actual application. And after the whole demo gets over, I'll have a small question and answer session. And after that, we could conclude the session. Okay, so then we'll go ahead with the presentation of the application. So this is a brief introduction about the founders of the company, Rohit Devekar, myself. So I have a master's degree in material science and metallurgy from RWTH Aachen University in Germany. And I'm one of the managing partners at AmSolve LLP. And as I said, I come along with the experience of about 15 years of in a steel foundry. And so the technical part with regards to foundry, I bring in experience that I have into this application. And my another managing partner is Mr. Jayant Kerkar. He has a software background. He has a master's degree in computer science. And he has a good 30-35 years experience of working on the development of various web-based applications and applications like this. So he brings in the expertise of the from the angle of software, and I bring in my expertise with regards to foundry related matter. Yeah. So first, before explaining what this AmSolve Solver application is, first I would like to brief you with regards to what are the general problems that are there in the foundry industry today. So because having been in the foundry field for about 15 years, so I understand what are the pain areas that a foundry manager or a owner of a foundry has. And in a small way, we have tried to address that problem. So one of the major problems that are there in the foundry industry today is that alloy blend calculations are inaccurate and error prone. So basically you have a target chemistry that you would like to achieve in your foundry, and there are list and list of raw materials that are available in your own raw material stores and in the market. So how do you take a call of which raw material needs to be used in order to produce the alloy that you're trying to produce? So usually you tend to use some kind of Excel sheet calculations, or you might do manual calculations, or you must be having some kind of thumb rules that you work on. So most of the times, these calculations tend to be inaccurate. And because of that, you will have multiple additions that you will get in the furnace. So you take one sample from the furnace, you check the chemistry, maybe the chemistry is not okay, then you do some addition. So because these calculations are manually done in the foundry industry today, so there is somewhere this level of error that gets into the system. And because of this, you tend to lose heavily. And as of now, there are, you even using Excel sheet, you will never be able to actually get the right result or the cheapest cost calculation, as we say, because even in an Excel sheet, you will have to input the values, you will have to do the balancing act. So the decision taker is you. Whereas with our application, that all part of this complicated calculation is taken care by the application. And the third part is that it is very hard to know what is the actual cost of the alloy that you are producing. Because as you know, the first sample that you take from the bath, the chemistry is at least 85 to 90% of the times it is never okay. So either there's a case of dilution, or there is a case of addition that you need to do. And every time the addition that you do is different. And many a times you end up putting expensive raw materials into the furnace. And it is very difficult to determine what is the actual cost of the alloy that you have produced over 100. If you have done say 50 or 100 heats in a month, each batch will have a different cost. So these are the common foundry problems that we have today. And I would like to address what is the kind of solution with AMSOL that we'll be able to get. Now coming to the part of AMSOL solver application. So this is basically a calculator for alloy blends. So what AMSOL solver does is this. If you have even 100 or 150 different kinds of line items, so you could have 20, 30 different kinds of pure elements that you have. You might have list of ferroalloys that are there in your raw material stores. You might have 20, 30 different kinds of scraps that are available in the your raw material stores. So what our application does is that you just tell the application what is the final alloy chemistry that you would like to achieve, and say, use all these 150 items that are there in my raw material stock to produce and give me a solution which is the cheapest possible solution, cheapest cost solution. And you press the calculate button, and within a matter of seconds, it scans through all these 150, 200 items. It does permutations and combination, and it gives you a result in a matter of seconds of what is the actual recipe for producing this alloy. And this recipe mathematically would be the cheapest way of possible way of producing this particular alloy. So what we bring to the table is that we bring fast and precise calculation. And be rest assured that whatever the solution has been shown on the display screen, if you do the furnace charging in that way, that is the cheapest way in which you can produce this alloy. And you will be 100% means if you do the charging as per our instructions. So the first sample that you take from your bath should be a okay sample. So this solver basically gives you the least possible cost. And the main advantage of this software is that you can use any available material which has usable elements in it. See, for example, a company who is manufacturing, say, a steel foundry which is into manufacturing of CF8M and CF3M alloys. So usually they run on thumb rules, telling that for CF3M, I will use a 316 scrap. For 8M, I will use a 304 scrap. But whereas if you have 20 different scraps in your raw material store, and each having different chemistry and different price, maybe 304 is not the ideal way of doing the charging. Maybe if you use a different combination, maybe your alloy cost will come down. Today, because the calculations are very complicated, you tend to work on thumb rules. With this application, we say you just give input of chemistry of all the raw materials that you have and the price of that. The system will give you the cheapest possible combination that you could get to produce this particular alloy. And Basically, this AMSOL solver application can be clubbed with your spectrometer. So whenever you do the sparking of the bath sample, so these spectrometer readings can be brought in to the application, and you just press the calculate button, and it will tell you what is the addition that needs to be done in order to get the final alloy chemistry. Or if it is a case of dilution, that one of your elements has gone out of specification, so it will tell you how much of dilution needs to be done, and whatever metal has been removed from the furnace, to match that, what is that extra addition that you need to do to get the final alloy chemistry. So basically, it can be integrated with your spectrometer, and today the manual calculations that you are doing or your spectro operator does to achieve the final alloy chemistry, that whole process can be automated. And be rest assured that even in the case of addition and dilution, the cost that comes out of the calculation is the cheapest possible cost, that these are the items that you can put, and that is the cheapest way in which you can do the addition and dilution and achieve the final chemistry. So these are the main features of AMSOL solver application. So we say the main feature is that it is a fast and precise calculation. So the typical accuracy that you get on an AMSOL application is up to 50 ppm. So the solution that comes out will be accurate up to third decimal place. And even the target chemistry that you give to the application could be to the extent of about third decimal place. That means you can say, I need to achieve carbon between 1.001 to 1.002. And the calculation that comes out will be in such a way that it is within this small band that you are referring to. And the next feature is that there is complete calculation proof that is provided in the application. So this is not something where the application says, yes, this is the solution to make this particular alloy, and you just go ahead and do the furnace charging. No, that is not the way. So you can go to the proof of calculation and check each and every element that is there in your final alloy. You come to know whatever raw material that you have added, each raw material, what contribution of each element it is giving, and you can add up all that and see it is reaching your final alloy chemistry. So you can be rest assured that whatever proof has been given or whatever solution has been given, it is meeting your specific requirement. And we say, by using our AMSOL solver application, you will be able to get consistent microstructure and consistent physical properties. See, if you are doing 50 or 100 heats in a month, see, and you specify a very tight band of chemistry that needs to be achieved for your final alloy, what the application does is that even during furnace charging or in the first edition or second edition case, so the band that is operating is so tight that every time the solution that comes in, it is in such a way that all 5 or 10 alloying elements that you are talking about, all these alloying elements are within the specification. So usually in foundry practice, you will know that during the first edition, if silicon is short, this concentration is always on achieving the silicon value by putting that ferrosilicon or any other raw material. He will not be concentrating on other alloying elements, whether it is going outside the specification in the tight band that you have referred to. And finally, your spectro operator will refer to the customer specification and say that as long as it is in the customer specification, I need not worry. But the flip part of this is that you have to compromise on microstructure that you get. You have to compromise on physical properties like machinability of the casting, hardness of the casting, tensile strength of the casting. So the use of this application is that whenever a solution comes out, the solution is in such a way that you will be able to achieve the tight band that you have referred to. Okay. So this is the feature of the application. And as we always say, it gives you the least possible cost, even in the case of furnace addition, dilution, or even the furnace charging that we are doing. So the advantage of that is that you reduce wastage in terms of labor cost and power cost. Say you consider a scenario wherein you are melting 1 ton of metal, and maybe 2 or 3 elements addition has to be done. So that 1 ton of metal is waiting for the spectro operator to tell what is the addition or dilution that needs to be done. And your spectro operator is sitting and doing something on an Excel sheet or trying to do a manual calculation. So this is the time that is wasted. If you're wasting 5 minutes or 10 minutes to do this calculation, so you can just calculate the amount of labor cost and power cost that you are wasting. So with this application, the solution that comes out, it comes out in a matter of seconds. And the customers who are using the application at the moment, they're able to maximize number of heats per day. You go to any foundry today, the target is to make 10 heats, and maybe there are 2 or 3 days in a week where only 8 heats, you were able to make 8 heats or 9 heats because the chemistry was not okay. It went into first edition, it went into second edition, or it went into dilution. So all these cases you will be able to avoid, and you will be able to maximize the number of heats that you produce on per day basis. And the third cost advantage that you will get is that you don't need a trained calculator person now. So you are running 3 shifts, and every shift you will require one person who is operating the spectrometer and doing the calculation and telling the furnace operator what addition needs to be done, what is the furnace charging that needs to be done. So you can definitely avoid, and the skill of the operator that is required, this application will remove that skill. And even if he is an unskilled person, easily he will be able to use this application. So we say using any or all available materials. So basically what happens, so if you are manufacturing 5 or 10 different kinds of alloys, so you will be sitting on returns of all these alloys, right? So if you are producing alloy number 4 and you don't have any returns of alloy number 4, but you have returns of alloy number 9 and alloy number 10, right? So just because the calculation is complicated to understand how much of alloy 9 returns can be used or 10 returns can be used, you don't tend to do that, and you tend to order fresh raw material in spite of sitting on a very high inventory of returns of other alloys. So with this application, you just make an input of chemistry of all these items, and the application will tell you returns of which other alloy can be used to produce the alloy that you're trying to produce. And also if there is some non-moving inventory that is lying in your store. So maybe you had a one-time order of 2 or 3 tons and the returns is lying, and that chemistry is not matching to any of the chemistry that you are manufacturing, and it is lying in your scrap go down or your raw material go down. You just make that input into the application, and the application will tell you in what proportion for what alloy this can be used. And all the non-moving items that are there in the raw material stock, you can exhaust this at a very fast pace. So the customers who are using our application were actually able to monetize, or were able to clear their inventory to an extent of 30 to 40 lakhs, which was just lying dead for about 3 or 4 years. By using this application, they were just able to clear all the non-moving items that was lying in their raw material stock. So because the application is able to take n number of items into consideration for calculation, right? So all the non-movable items can be utilized to produce the alloy that you're trying to produce. So the features of the application. So AMSOL Solver application is basically a web-based application. So there is nothing to install or maintain. Okay. So there is no need to install a server. There is no need to have cabling to connect this server to your systems, and you don't need a person to maintain the server. Nothing is required. So it is a cloud-based application. It is as good as you having a Gmail account. So you just log on to amsol.com, and once you take the subscription, you will get a username and password. Just log on with your username and password, and you can be anywhere around the world, right? You will be able to access this application. And the whole foundry that you have, you will have that at your fingertips. So maybe you are in some customer place, you want to check how many heats were done today. So what was the alloy cost of heat number 2 that was produced? Everything will be available at fingertips for you. And because it is a cloud-based application, so any new features that are added to the application will get automatically updated, and you are always at the latest version of the application. And as I said, only requirement that you have to run this application is that you need an internet connection and you need a latest browser. This browser could be a Internet Explorer or a Google Chrome. The only requirement is that you need to have a latest browser to use this cloud-based application. So ease of use of application. So we have built this application in such a way that this is very fast and friendly, and it has a very friendly user interface, and it is very easy for new users. So the training that is required to run this application, we don't take more than 1 day training, and more than 1 day you don't require the training. And we have seen to it that minimal typing is required in this application. So most of the features that we have given, you'll be able to just use your mouse and completely control the application. And we have given you a drag and drop option to upload the data. So if you want to upload the data like the final chemistry that you want to achieve, or the input raw material chemistry, everything, you can just prepare an Excel sheet. Or if you have some ERP running in your company, so if you give us an Excel output of that, you'll be able to, we have given you a drag and drop option, and the database automatically gets updated. This application basically has 3 different kinds of users. So one user that we give is for the stores manager, who will be doing the inwarding of the raw material, outwarding of the raw material. So this is one user type, and that user will be able to operate only that part of the application. So your stores user will not be able to create new heats. He will not be able to do other features of the application will not be accessible for him. And the second user type that we give is for the spectro operator. So apart from creating a new heat and using the part of addition and dilution calculation, none of the other features will be made available to your spectro user. And along with this, we give you 2 super users. So one super user is for the foundry supervisor, so who is basically responsible for the complete production of the foundry. And one super user is basically given to the management of the company, so that they can have a look of how many heats were produced. If a heat is being produced, what is the alloy cost per kg that they have achieved. And you can make a cross check whether they are following the solution that has come out of the system or not. So basically, the whole foundry will be at your fingertips for the owner of the company or the plant manager. So these are different user types that come along with the application. And the reports, so there are n number of reports that are available. So we can also make customized reports if required. So we have reports like what was your raw material consumption in a day, in a month, or what was the total alloy production that you have been doing over a month. And there is something called automatic inventory valuations, and what is the present inventory levels in your foundry. So these are the kind of reports. It comes along with some standard reports. And if a foundry is wanting some customized reports, even that can be made available. So overall benefits of the application is any solution that comes out of the system, be rest assured, in the case of furnace charging or doing addition or dilution, it always gives you the least cost alloy production, right? So mathematically, you cannot get any solution better than this. And the second point is that you always get a consistent product in a timely manner. So if you follow the solution that is given by the application, even if you're doing 50 or 100 heats in a month, be rest assured that all these 50 heats will have the same chemistry and will have consistent material properties. And with this application, you will be able to maximize your production, because now there is no downtime, at least for the case of calculations, that the calculation was having some error, or he took too much time to do the calculation. At least this part, you will not have any problem in your foundry if you use the application, and you'll be able to maximize your production that you do. And it also allows you to do accurate forecasting. Accurate forecasting in the sense you can precisely tell in a month how much I'll be able to produce, or what kind of raw material is required, so that the forecasting thing becomes very easy for you, because all the calculations are being done in the background. So once the manual calculation is eliminated from the system, all the errors associated with this manual calculation, all these errors will get eliminated. So now I would like to explain some new features that we have added in the AMSolve solver application. So 1 or 2 features are in the pipeline, but this feature that we are talking about now, So this feature is already active. So we have introduced something called as vendor material. What we have done is that we have tied up with about 7 or 8 raw material vendors, and we have also tied up with many scrap generators. These scrap generators are cement companies, forging companies, stamping companies who generate a lot of scrap, right? So what we have done is that we have brought them onto our portal. Now you have an option of, if you want to produce the alloy that you're trying to produce, you can select materials not only that are available in your raw material stores, but you will also be able to select raw materials that are available with the raw material vendor and the scrap generator. You press the calculate button. If any of the items in the vendor material is getting selected, that means that you can buy that raw material which is available with the vendor, and this will reduce your alloy cost. So that is the logic behind adding this vendor material. And another advantage of the vendor material is that we have around 10 different vendors, and with time we are going to add new vendors. The idea is to have as many vendors as possible on our platform. And say if you are planning to buy LC chrome today or HC chrome today or pure nickel or ferro moly, what our application does is that it collects the price of LC ferrochrome from all the vendors, and only that vendor which is who is quoting the least possible cost, only that gets reflected in the portal. So if you open the portal, you will not see 10 vendors selling nickel. No, you will have only one entry for nickel. That means the application has scanned the complete marketplace, and this is the vendor who is supplying nickel at the cheapest rate. So that is the advantage that you have, that you don't have to contact 20 different vendors today. Or even when you are buying raw material, just come to AmSolve Solver application, see what is the price of nickel today. At least you know what is the ballpark figure or the market value of nickel today. And if you are buying, I don't know, 10 tons or 20 tons of LC ferrochrome every month, even a cost difference of 2 rupees over 20 tons is a saving of about 40,000 that we are talking about. And this is true even for companies who are running cast iron foundry, who are buying ferrosilicon, ferromanganese, or you are buying magnesium. 1 or 2 rupee difference here and there, you know how it adds up to. So the idea is to bring in as many vendors as possible on the platform. And as I said, we also have a lot of scrap generators. So there are at least 4 or 5 stamping companies who are there on the application. So who generate scrap like 316, 310, 304. And basically, if you want to buy this raw material, you don't have to go through some third-party scrap dealer over here. So a connection is directly built between you and the scrap generator. So the service that we offer is that we share the contact details with you. So you can go ahead and talk about the credit days or the kind of transportation cost and everything. It is between you and the scrap generator. So what the application is doing is it is trying to build a bridge between you two people. So the point number 1 is we will make available to all users the different types of base metals, ferroalloys, and scraps that are available in the market by providing a portal to all raw material suppliers and major scrap generators. And the second feature is test these materials for your alloys. So basically, even though you have not bought that scrap, you will be able to take that for calculation. Then immediately you will come to know, to produce my alloy rather than using 304, if I buy scrap of 316 from this particular vendor, my alloy cost is coming down by 5 or 10 rupees. So that is the idea behind it. And once if you feel that a particular raw material, buying that raw material makes sense for you, so we can always share those vendor details with you. So this is an added feature that we give to all our users. And the second thing that is there in the pipeline is calculation of carbon equivalent, chromium equivalent, and nickel equivalent. So, you know, you can also come and specify that, see, this is the alloy chemistry that I want to reach. This is the band in which you have to give me a solution for the alloy. And apart from that, you will also be able to mention what is the carbon equivalent that you require. So what happens in the market today is that your end customer will never specify carbon equivalent to you. So the only target that you have in the mind is to reach the final alloy chemistry. So as long as the alloy chemistry is reached, you are in a safe mode. But if you had maintained the carbon equivalent within tighter bands, you would have got better machinability of the casting. You could have got better physical properties, better microstructure. So by specifying carbon equivalent and telling the application that I would also like to control carbon equivalent, chromium equivalent, and nickel equivalent, the solution comes out in such a way that your alloy chemistry is also matched within the tight band that you have specified. Along with that, all these three equivalents that are there, even that is within the specification that you have mentioned. So that is the new feature that is there in the pipeline. And I think in a matter of 15, 20 days or a month, this feature will get activated. So these are the present set of customers who are using our application. These are mainly based in southern part of the region now. And these are a few of the customer testimonials that we have, in what way they were able to save costs in their foundry. So what I'm doing is I'm not going through all these customer testimonials in details, but the overall thing where they have saved money is this. They have got increased productivity. They were able to keep their raw material inventory at the lowest cost possible, and they were able to monetize on all the non-moving items that were available in their raw material stores. So they were able to liquidate the non-moving items. They were able to save money on calculator person. You don't need skill. And they were able to at least 70 to 80% of the heats, the first sample that they get, they were able to achieve the final alloy chemistry. So there was no addition or dilution that was required. And say if you're melting 1 ton, and if the heat gets over 10 minutes before or 15 minutes before the plant production time, you know how much labor and power cost you have saved. So after this whole session gets over, so we will share this presentation with you, and this customer testimonial, you can go through it in detail. So I'll talk a little about our distributor Dynamatic Technologies. So Dynamatic Technology System is authorized distributor of AMSOL solver application, and they are also authorized distributor of Bruker optical emission spectrometers. Right? So I have shared the contact details of the representative of DTS India. Right? It is there on the screen. So if you have any queries with regards to AMSOL solver application, you can definitely contact them. So we will be more than happy to give you a one-to-one demo, taking into consideration the raw materials that you have in your stock godown. Okay, so these are our authorized distributors. And yeah, this is the short presentation of AMSOL solver. And on the screen, you can see my contact number and email address, and our developer, Mr. Jayant Kerkar, his contact number and email address. So if you have any queries, you can always get in touch with us. I'll be more than happy to attend to your queries. Okay. Pradeep sir, we can have a short question and answer session.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much for your presentation. If anybody have questions, please raise your hands. I will unmute you. Yes, Mr. Panekar.
Rohit sir, very good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah,
sir.
good evening, sir. Good evening.
Basically, as you told, if we are having 30-40 types of scrap,
yes,
while calculating it for a particular grade which we want to make,
yes,
it will take 3-4 type of scrap, or it will give me say 10-15 variants. You add this 10-15 type of scrap to have an answer for your chemistry.
Yes, sir. What will happen is that it will scan all the items that you have selected, and it will tell you among the items that you have selected, the least possible cost combination is this one. It could be multiple scraps. It could choose 2 scraps, 3 different scraps. But there is an option of deselecting those scraps. If you feel, hey, there is practical problem, I cannot add 3 scraps, right? In shop floor, you might have some practical problems. So you can always deselect those scraps and recalculate. So that will not get selected, right? But your
No,
cost
no.
will, yes.
You didn't got my question rightly, I think.
Okay,
If
then
say I am having 40 type of scrap available in my shop floor,
yes.
so it will select say maximum 3 or 4 type of scrap. It's okay,
Okay.
but it should not select 10 or 20 type of scrap to be added to get a 1 grade. That's what I wanted to know.
Sir, practically that doesn't happen, right?
Ah.
So if 1 or 2 scraps are getting selected, so the obvious logic is that the alloying elements that are there in this particular scrap, you are getting at an economical price. So there is no need to select one more scrap. So if it has selected one scrap, most of the times the solution is such that it will select not more than 1 or 2 scraps, because these are the most economical scraps that you have in your scrap godown.
Okay. No, usually what happens for a particular grade, there is a shortfall of say X scrap, but we are having Y scrap also. That time it can do whatever manipulation that software want to do. And what about the melting loss calculation?
Even melting loss calculation is a part of this application. So whenever you are using returns, right? So whenever you are using borings or returns, usually the melting loss is on the higher end, right? So you can make an input of what is the usual melting loss that you get when you put returns. So melting losses are taken into consideration when the calculation is done.
Okay. And third and last question, can it be worked on mobile?
Sir, at the moment, yes, you can work on mobile, but it will not be very convenient, because the whole this thing that we have done, the layout that we have done is for using it on a computer, but we are definitely working with the developer to make it available on the mobile as well. You'll be able to open it. There's no problem, but that ease of use will not be there.
Okay.
With time, we will also make it available on mobile.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Joshi, sir.
Yes, very good afternoon to you all.
Yes,
Mr. Divekar, yes, Mr. Divekar, it seems that you and your team has taken considerable effort. A lot of thought process has gone into it. And my sincere greetings to you for that.
Thank you very much.
Because this was never thought of.
Yes.
Because initiating, perhaps Sandeep and myself, we were the first few people to initiate, use Excel sheet for the charge calculations and other things.
Yes.
My basic doubts are, see, this, as you have been saying, that this software will be the substitute for manual workout or Excel sheet working out, right?
Yes.
Then, what is the source of variations into the chemistry?
That means if the chemistry of the raw material is not okay, and for calculation you have considered something else, is that what you're trying to ask?
So, sources of variations in the chemical composition by way of spectrometer.
Sir, I'm not very clear of what you're asking. Can you just repeat the question, please?
Yes. This software is a substitute to Excel sheet way of working or manual way of charge calculation or adjustment calculation.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, let me say that, yes, this is very ideal for steel manufacturers because they manufacture various number of grades and they have a lot of variety of RR in their stockyard.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
But even there also, what is the source of variations of the spectrometer results?
Sir,
and how this software is going to accommodate that? Because I think the sources of variations are related to the processes or to the variations in the raw material itself.
Yes.
And that this software is not going to accommodate.
Yes. Sir, I'll tell you.
Am I this clear now?
Yes, you are clear. I know,
Okay.
I know what you're asking. So I'll give you a simple example that, see, we have been doing these webinars over 10, 15 days. We have been presenting this to many forums of IIF. So this has been a constant question that everyone asks, right? For example, if I have purchased a stainless steel 310 scrap and I have 2 or 3 different kinds of scraps that are mixed into it. So one is having, one particular scrap is having 31% chromium and second is having a 36% chromium in it. Now, how will your software give a solution? So what we usually ask them is, if you had done it manually, what you would have done? You would have considered one chromium content, right? That means if one batch has 31, second has 33. So in the software, what you make an input is the average of the readings. Out of, say, even in the case of LC ferrochrome, you have 2 lots, one has 62% chrome in it, another has 65. So you average it out, and what you tell the application is that the chromium content in this whole lot is 63%. Okay, so when the solution happens and you get a solution and you do the melt, right? If the input chemistry itself has a problem, yes, there is a genuine chance that the chemistry might not be okay. But if you have averaged it, at least you are very close to the target chemistry that you are trying to achieve. So our solver application doesn't stop here. After that, whatever minute additions have to be done. In that case, definitely you will not use scrap, or most of the times you don't use the mixed scrap. You will use a pure element or a purest form of ferroalloy. Then the final balancing of the chemistry is done. That is how all the users of the application are using it today. Does this answer your question?
There are some more. in the same set, there are some subsets.
Yes, sir.
You have considered that source of variations is from the alloy or raw material batches only. There are different sources of variations.
Yes.
Process itself generates a lot of variations.
It does.
Because, you know, degree of reliability of sample,
yes,
whether it represents my batch or not, that itself is a very big question mark.
Yes, yes. See, sir, one more source, what is, see, there are 2 things. Either your input chemistry is not okay. So if it is a varied chemistry that you have, the solution that we give is average it out and give it to the application. Second is that we come and tell you for a 100 kg charge, I would want you to use 34 kg of, say, monal scrap, 34.56 kg of monal scrap. Now there is a practical problem that you will not be able to match it to 34.56. Either you will put 33 or you will go ahead and put 36, right?
So this doubt, based on process variations and other things, is particularly related to cast iron and AGN, where there are high carbons and not less on steel, because I have least experience on steel.
Okay.
Besides, on that front, I'm very much satisfied. Okay, you consider one and you get one.
Yes.
All right. So as far as the steels are concerned, that I think there will be a lot of support.
Yes.
There are more variations in cast iron and AGN.
Sir, variations in what way? You mean to tell that the source of the raw material is not okay, or in the process something might go wrong, that there is carbon depletion, there is silicon depletion during melting? Is what you're referring to? That means you melt it over 1 hour. So you try to achieve carbon of say 3.1, but you have got 2.8 because of carbon losses.
No, there are a variety of reasons actually to this. There isn't only one reason.
Sir,
melt practice is one. Sampling practice is the other. sampling, condition of sampling equipment is, there are a lot of things actually stand as a source of variation for getting a reliable chemistry.
Yes. Sir, plainly what this application does is pretty simple. You give the right input to the application. This input can be as high as how many items you want to add. It will give you an output. So you take this as a guidance for your calculation, right?
I got my reply. Thank you.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah. So it is that. The rest is all your foundry experience, right? You need to streamline your process. Yes.
Yes. This doesn't provide any solutions or any substitutes to the process variations you have on your shop floor. You have to control them.
You have to control them.
You have to control them. I agree.
Yes.
So this application, it simplifies the work of the floor supervisor,
yes,
and it saves his time for recalculating the additions level to the max economy.
Yes.
I add this to the max economy.
Yes. This is what it does.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, Mr. Deshpande, sir.
Yeah, it is applicable to cast iron foundry or ductile iron foundry. Have you given this type of solution to anybody in India? Are they using it, and how it is useful?
Yeah, this is being used at India Pistons Limited. I don't know whether you have heard of this company or not. It is a part of Amalgamation Group. India Pistons Limited, in all their units, they are using this application. So in one of the units, they manufacture cylinder heads for the two-wheeler application.
I know it. Last 20 years, 30, 40 years,
yes,
I know it.
Yes, we have done 100% implementation over there. And they have been one of the most satisfied clients in the past 6 months.
That is good.
Yes. And we are also in talks with Brakes India. I think Brakes India, you have heard of Brakes India in Sholingnor. We are also in talks with them.
Permanent mold casting.
Yes. Brakes India, and we are also in talks with Ashok Iron. We are in talks with Saroj Iron. The communication lines are open.
I will give you a mail.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
I will contact you on mail.
Okay,
thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Anybody have questions? I think there are no more.